Okay, no, we just need to load a different version of it. Boom. This intro here is like, yeah, this is the kind of like, yeah, technically impressive stuff I'm talking about. Like, yeah, all the 3D camera. Okay, yeah, 95, 96. So this game actually predates Dreamland 3 by a couple years. Which is, FLAC version? I think version format, maybe? Yeah, format, I think is the word you're looking for. Maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, we actually get like unique intros and stuff for this too. This is great. Yeah, this is kind of a brighter, more like cartoony graphic style, but like traditional cartoons, not like children's drawing cartoons. I'm almost keen to just like sit through all of the demos here. English is hard, holy shit, yeah. I struggle with it myself. I have struggled with it, yeah, with myself through most of my life, in fact. I'm curious to see if they'll give us like little opening demos there for the other. Oh wow, they got like so many gameplay demos up in here. Can't believe I've never like just let it sit in idle for this long before. So yeah, this is kind of a different style of Kirby game right here. You can kind of tell already from the demo. It's like a lot more like fast-paced action as opposed to the somewhat slower, more methodical style of the Dreamland games. Yeah, much more fast-paced. A lot more like going on in terms of like all the different powers and things you can do. It's like there's fewer powers actually than in Dreamland 3, but there's a lot more you can do with the individual powers. Yeah, all sorts of crazy moves you can pull off. It's almost like a treasure game. Or you know what, I remember now, you can see all of these demos just sitting on the screens for the... Okay, apparently I've played through this a couple times on this emulator before. That's fine. We can just load up a new save file. Okay. So yeah, basically the basic format of the game, for those of you who aren't familiar, is it basically consists of a bunch of mini-games. Or, you know what, I'll stick that link there into the... Yeah, because I know I've forgotten to check out some of the other links you've given me before after the stream, so I'll just put it up there on the bookmark toolbar in my browser. Just drag and drop it there as a reminder. But the basic format of the game is that you have different sort of not even mini games. It's sort of like not mini games. What's the word? Like parts of games, or you can think of this as almost like a compilation of like small Kirby games. So you got 4 to start off here, and they all have kind of a different theme and kind of a different thing going on here. It's like the format of the game is different, but the gameplay is the same. So it's kind of like you're getting like 6 or 7 Kirby games in one, which is slightly more impressive than it actually is because most of these games are really short and simple. But Milky Way Wishes. Chapters is a good way of thinking it too, although it's not really chapters because it's like not a contiguous story or anything. Maybe segments, or what's the word I'm thinking of? Something else that starts with S, I don't know. Anyways, but the first and kind of natural starting point is Spring Breeze, which is effectively, and yeah, the level there refers to difficulty too, actually. So if you go to Gourmet Race, it actually doesn't have a level for some reason. Yeah, DynaBlade is difficulty 3. Cave Offensive, I think, is level 4. And these ones over here, I think, are like 5. Weirdly enough, it doesn't seem like there's a level 2 difficulty game for some reason. I just want to check this out for a second here. I think if you leave it on the screen here for long enough, you'll see that same demo we saw at the title screen. Yeah, this is... Yeah, apparently I just never sat through the one for Spring Breeze for some reason. I think it actually goes up to 6. I think the arena is considered 6, which is a bit strange. Like, why not make DynaBlade 2 then? I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get that far. But yeah, we're going to start up a new game. We'll just say it is my first time playing, just because I haven't gone through this tutorial in ages, so I'm curious to see how it goes. That's kind of creepy. You got all the little... like other Kirbys. Oh, you can't see their faces too. I bet you they're that creepy fucking Kirby from Dreamland 3. This is the controller. Good tutorial. I don't think I've Okay, I think this is as basic as I have ever seen a tutorial get before. This is a video game controller. It's the gray thing with the purple buttons. This is... Oh, and the face there when you say he's a jolly hero. If I were to ever make a video game, I think I would actually, like, put in, like, an optional tutorial like this. Where it's like, if you ask for a tutorial, it's like, this is the controller right here. And put, like, the finger pointing at it and everything. I don't want to give it a try. I'm just going to sit here. Is it going to, like, prompt me forward or anything? Oh, I can do other things, but it's not going to proceed until we won't accomplish... Oh, it actually did. It actually did recognize that I was just sitting in place there. Okay, up to go to the next area. How to jump. And that should be the end of the tutorial. Jump over enemies and obstacles. Okay, so that's why you want to jump. Cool. So that's nice. It's like they don't just show you how to jump. They show you why to jump too. It's not enough just to tell the player to do something. You gotta give them incentive. Give them the why along with the how. Oh, was it only B to fly in this game too? Huh. Could have sworn that you could up fly in this game. Huh, looks like they got rid of that with the Game Boy games then, because in the Game Boy you could just hold up to fly. And I think it actually gives you a tutorial, like, even if you say, no, this isn't my first time playing, it just gives you a shortened version of it. Oh, wait. Okay, I wanna fuck it up. I wanna fuck it up. Focus on the... Like this? Oh, this is great. Oh, I love this. Video game tutorials are the best. What else can we do? What other retarded shit can we do? What if we just murder this guy? Here, just fuck them all. Okay, looks like that's about the extent of it. He doesn't have a health bar here, so no, I don't think it is possible to die. Oh, hey, a challenge. Finally. Okay. Oh, was that the challenge? Oh no, we gotta jump and shoot. I think I got it, just like that, right? Oh, okay, he just says the same thing. I just love the bit of encouragement there. You did it! You pressed the Y button after we told you to press the Y button. That's the end of the beginner's show. GLHF. That's a great tutorial. I mean, it's obviously excessive and everything, but... Oh, we get the little, yeah... start of level vignettes and everything too. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing with this, or I guess this isn't unique or anything. Yeah, you could, okay, but yeah, that's unique right there. So yeah, unlike the Kirby games where basically every power does one thing, like in any of the previous games, this was Beam. This was the only thing Beam was good for in Kirby's Adventure and Kirby's Dream Land 3. In this game, Beam does a bunch of different things. So that's your dashing beam, that's your ground dashing beam. You can charge up the beam to shoot it out like that. And you can do, like, a jumping charge as well. If you hit pause, actually, it'll tell you all the different things you can do. So you got, what, dash B, Y, capture beam. That's another one, actually. So yeah, sometimes, yeah, weapons will do something based on your proximity to the enemy. Also, one other thing is that your hits aren't in discrete chunks anymore. Kirby actually has a damage bar. Yeah, so that's the... sort of up-close grabbing attack. Although I don't think he'll do it if you're dashing. So yeah, beam, very versatile ability right here. Was there anything else it can do? Capture beam, hold Y. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. And like, there's like 20 powers in this game, and they all have like those really long, or like relatively long for compared to the Kirby games we've seen so far, move lists like that. I think this guy will actually give us Cutter. Oh yeah, this is another thing. You get your helper buddies in this game, similar to Gooey, or whatever his name was in the last game. Except these guys, unlike Gooey, like, yeah, Goo, the only thing he could do was suck and spit. He couldn't get abilities or anything like that. In this game, it's the opposite. You can't you can't... Like, you can't have a helper who's just a copy of Kirby. Yeah, and so you can dispel your follower like that, just by hitting the same button you used to summon him. Okay, and that's Poppy Brothers down. No crash power-up in this game, though. In fact, I don't think there are any disposable power-ups like in Kirby's Adventure. Instead, we just have, like, an honest-to-goodness bomb. Oh yeah, we actually do get to hear the, like, main Kirby theme here, too. Yeah, I also don't like using the AI helpers. I think they're just, unnecessary and kind of clutter the screen. This game does have problems with slowdown occasionally, as you might have seen already. Oh yeah, so the bomb is actually... doesn't have, like, a ton of different moves or anything, but the trick with this one is that you press a button to bring it up, then you can hold down the button to kind of aim it. You can also dash to kind of throw it along the ground there. And you can also set bombs on enemies by getting up close to them. Is there anything else you can do with it? Yeah, throw is controlled by Y. Hold bomb, throw bomb, set bomb. Oh yeah, you can drop a bomb. Right, so yeah, that's the thing you can do too. Just kind of lay traps for them. Yeah, so there's fewer powers in this game, but they're all like a lot more versatile with a lot of different cool things you can do. Some are just strictly better than others, it seems. Like, Bomb is a really good power in general. Like, you can see, yeah, Wispy Woods barely even exists in this game. There's actually very few powers you can get that are bad against Wispy Woods. Just anything you get will just wreck his shit entirely. And even, like, spitting stars at enemies is super effective in this game, too. I swear they use that fishing rod animation in, like, every game we've played so far. Like, I think they used it in Kirby 2 and 3. And I think the original, too. But yeah, you'll see by the, the bosses and the levels and everything, like, yeah, we're in the island, sort of tropical-themed level here. So yeah, the layouts and everything of the levels are completely... Or actually, no, now that I think of it, it was the castle was the second stage in the original Dreamland, wasn't it? Yeah, island was the third stage, I think. Should actually get a new power soon. We're gonna... Oh yeah, that's right. There's no good way to get rid of your power in this game. You have to summon a helper and then dispel them like that. Although helpers are actually a good addition. I don't like the AI helpers, but this is actually a fun two-player game. That's actually the way I discovered this game, like way back in the day. I had a friend who owned it, and we used to play like two-player a bunch of times. And then eventually, when I like one day got my SNES, oh, Lolo and Lala are in this game. I completely forgot about them. I think I said on one of the previous streams that they weren't in this game, that they never showed up again. Yeah, I was just like completely wrong about that. I mean, they're barely in the game. They're kind of... Yeah, but the powers, this fight is even more trivial than it was in the first place. Oh, and Kirby even, like, skates around a little bit differently. Yeah, I think the ice there is one of the few powers that kind of changes Kirby's basic movement, even. Are we recording right here? Oh yeah, they just cut a stage from the game entirely, I think. Yeah, because now I think of it, yeah, there was the... Yeah, they cut the, like, the blimp boss. Because, yeah, that's the thing. I think there's only 4 stages to, Spring Breeze here. Whereas, yeah, the original Dreamland had 5. So, yeah, they cut the building stage. And then they put Lolo and Lala as the boss at the island stage and got rid of the, yeah, got rid of the blimp entirely. Although, Superstar Ultra which is kind of the DS remake of this game, had a remade version of Spring Breeze right here, which was like a remake of Kirby's Dream Land. And that game actually, that version actually did have a version of the blimp that you could fight. I forget what that thing's actually called. Oh, the way his dash turns into like a little skate there. It's cute and everything, but it's kind of hard to deal with. But yeah, you can see how we're going through like kind of the same mid-boss. Oh yeah, this game does actually have... Yeah, I completely forgot that this game had Mike, too. I was just saying how this game doesn't have the disposable powers. And it totally does. It might even have crashed now that I think of it. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, we're not invincible. We just have a microphone. Oh, it even shows you, like, how many charges you have left. I want that one up. Okay, so now he's gonna die. Oh yeah, you get a different... And you can see the way he changes there, too. So our next one is going to be a big, like, metal roar at the end. Oh yeah, that's a feature of the helper, too. So yeah, when he's, like, all red and about to explode and everything, if he touches an enemy, he'll refill back to full health and gain their power. We're going to save this for the boss, see how much damage it does. I think they do increasing amounts of damage to bosses, too. Okay, that was a good chunk of damage. Yeah, this game is much more heavily based around powers than even Dreamland 3 was. I don't think they really expect you to get through most of these bosses using Suck and Spit. Although it's actually doable. Like, yeah, they have carefully set out the bosses so that it is actually... you are actually able to beat them all using only, like, yeah, sucking up enemies and spitting them out. Yes, only 4 stages in this one, unlike the 5 in the original Dreamland. Yeah, and this is the one. This one, there's basically not even a proper stage here. You just go right to DDD, and there's nothing else to do here other than, I guess, pick up a power that you might want. DDD's, or I don't know, we could umbrella DDD again, just for funsies, kind of like we did in Dreamland 3. Yeah, we can even just, like, straight up man fight him. Like, we do less... he does less damage to us than we do to him. Nice little freeze frame finish there. And yeah, we get the same basic ending as Kirby's Dream Land as well. Yeah, so that's Spring Breeze. It's even, like, shorter and simpler than the original Kirby's Dream Land was, even. Which was, like, yeah, like a 20-minute game. This one's, yeah, even shorter and simpler. Even the same credit sequence. Very much, yeah, shortened, it looks like. I can't even... they're going by so fast, I can't even read them. Takahashi, Yoshimi, Shiori, Hiro, Jin, Kensuke, Takao, Ryuki, Satoru. Who can read this? I think you get longer, more involved credit sequences for some of the later, more involved sub-games. We'll call them sub-games. Oh yeah, instead of the bye-bye sign, though, he says, yeah, go next. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the next one. Someday I'm gonna have to get DS emulation set up on here and actually show off Superstar Ultra, because the alternate version of Spring Breeze is actually pretty cool. They made it... They got, like, very challenging variants of all of the stages and bosses and everything, and the final fight with, like, the masked, like, the super... masked version of DDD they have in that game is actually pretty epic. It's got like it's like it's in the same kind of boxing ring, but it's like a cage match with a electrified cage around the top and sides. Really, really cool. We can actually take a break here and just do Gourmet Race. It has level question mark, but this is effectively the level 2 difficulty stage right here. This is actually, yeah, kind of very different from the, yeah, kind of regular stages here. Actually, you know what, I actually don't want to play, or whatever, we'll watch the demo afterwards. This one almost kind of does need a tutorial, because this is a very, like, non-standard form of gameplay. Or the format for this one is very non-standard. It's basically a race for points. Yeah, so that actually wasn't a great explanation there. So basic idea is, yeah, you're racing for points. Every bit of food that you get gets you a point. And if you beat DDD to the finish, that's worth points. And that's about it. Oh man, it's actually beating me here. So, yeah, the M tomatoes are worth extra, actually, so you don't want to miss out on those. There's also an M tomato at the finish as well. So yeah, you're like doubly incentivized because you'll be the first one to get the M tomato. Basically just outrun DDD. That's basically it. You'll be the first one to get all the food, you'll be the first one to finish, and you'll get, yeah, tons of points. It's pretty tough to not beat him. Like, as long as you're just, like, holding on the dash and moving forward, you'll probably get him. Kind of fucking it up right here, but... a two-player version of this would actually be pretty epic, but, oh, you know what? I think topside was the better way to go here. Yeah, it's pretty hard to lose to DDD. I mean, it's easy. It's just, you know... Or did I feel like I liked the jet here for some reason, but I don't remember why. I really should have just gone for the M tomato there if I was gonna... Yeah, I think it ascends a little bit faster than your flight ability. You know what? He can just have all of these goodies. Oh, is there like another way forward there? Don't even know if it's possible to lose at this point. Like, we beat him so bad in points on the other races that I don't think he can catch up even if we like just stand still and do nothing. There's a great version of this music here, though. Yeah, which I guess must have debuted in this game here. Because, yeah, Dreamland 3 coming 2 years later. So, yeah, I guess this was the first appearance of the Gourmet Race theme here. So, yeah, we quadrupled his score there. Although, actually, I think I've actually tried it out before to see what happens if you lose. I've, yeah, lost deliberately before. You actually get some pretty cool music, if I remember correctly. And, yeah, scene of DDD, all triumphant and everything. Actually looks cooler, I think, than the victory screen, but, it takes a long time to, like, wait for him to win those races, though, so, yeah, we're just gonna move on from here. Although with that said, I am actually gonna wait here and see what the intro demo is for Gourmet Race. Oh, this is a nice bit of music here, too. Oh, we were, like, all exhausted from flying up the mountain and we still beat him. That is, like, a really, like, impressively animated, like, couple frames of DDD right there, too. I don't know which button to press to go back. Okay, so we're A to confirm, B to cancel. Kind of, I think that was kind of the standard for NES, for Super Nintendo games back in the day. I think most of the Squaresoft JRPGs worked that way too until, I think like midway through the PS1 era, where X became the standard. Yeah, DynaBlade is the kind of the next natural step up. And again, we'll just sit around and wait for that demo. It seems like we're, yeah, getting through these like super crazy fast, but they get kind of more involved as you go along. Like Great Cave Offensive on its own is longer than like these other 3 combined. That was actually not much of an intro right there. That didn't explain anything. Oh yeah, they didn't even teach you how to copy enemies in that first tutorial, did they? I wonder if anybody ever, like anywhere, went through Spring Breeze and never figured out how to copy enemy powers. Like, yeah, the tutorial never told you about it. He's all like, yeah, that's about how I feel when I listen to tutorials in video games. So that is a Waddle Doo. I always got Waddle Dee and Waddle Doo confused. No way, I want to keep goofing around. Okay, drop me another enemy then. Okay, I'll stop goofing around. Oh, I didn't even realize you could press A to swallow. You can press down to swallow, too. There are some enemies that will not give you a special ability. Fire is a fun one, too. Yeah, you can control the direction of the stream. Stone is a very basic one. I actually don't think Stone can do anything other than basically what it did in the other Kirby games. Sword is a cool one. I don't know why they decide it's the king of weapons, but it's really, really good for bosses. Really, really good for bosses. What, that sounds like you're reviewing the tutorial there, but the way they explain it. But what they mean is you can review the different abilities that you have with whatever ability you have. They say that, but they're really not that helpful, are they? Yeah, I gotta say, this game actually does have kind of a better look to it than Dreamland 3 in a certain sense. Like, the sprites are a lot, like, cleaner and simpler, and kind of capture that kind of cartoony, sort of anime-ish style, almost. In a way that's like, maybe a bit more visual appealing to most people than the Dreamland 3 style. The big thing that puts Dreamland 3 ahead for me is the animation. The sprites in Dreamland 3 are much better animation than the ones in Superstar, which is, you know, Superstar has a lot more sprites and like sprites and enemies and stuff in general, just a lot more content. So that's, you know, fair enough that they did it that way. Oh my god, we're still not done. Yes, I know about dashing. Yes, I know about sliding. I didn't realize... This is like twice as long as the... Oh, you know what? I forgot about guarding. I'm actually glad we went through this. I completely forgot about guarding. And actually, again, I was talking about how this is like very treasure-esque. Just the vast array of different abilities you have access to. Hey there, Scooby-Doo. Super Doobie-Doo. I mess up with reading names sometimes. I do it in video when I'm reading names in video games all the time, too. Oh, I actually disagree. I love the look of Dreamland 3. It just captures that sort of crayon drawing style really, really well, and it is exceptionally well animated. Like, exceptionally. Maybe one of the best animated games on the Super Nintendo. I don't know, it really, really appeals to me. I have actually played Death Smiles. That is actually one of, like, 3 games that I own on the Xbox 360. This is a cool ability right here. Or a cool power. Got a bunch of... Yeah, so you got a little down stab you can do. You can slice and dice. And if you get up close, you can do a little combo. Which, man, none of the enemies are going to survive long enough to let us see the final stage of the combo, though. With that said, I don't like hate I don't hate Superstar or anything. I think Superstar is also like a phenomenal looking game. It's just not quite as well animated. Like the frames just like don't blend together as seamlessly. There we go. Full cutter right there. I don't know what my favorite power is in this game. I know I used Plasma a lot as a kid, because that's kind of the most overpowered and, like, easiest to just, like, completely wreck all of the bosses with. Yeah, I think Sword might be my favorite. It's just, I don't know, fun to use, and also really strong against bosses. What else can this thing do? We can downstab, we can boomerang. Please get the hell out of my way there. Okay, good enough. Kaboo, I think that's what those guys are called. What other powers have we got? We can dash, we can Y repeatedly in the air. Oh, by repeatedly they mean hold it. I forgot about that, actually. So instead of just the down stab... Let's show this off in a second here. Instead of the down stab, you can actually, like, down stab? I don't know what else to call it. You can, like, kind of stick out your blade there beneath you. Yeah, there's like so many like different things you can do with each ability that even I, like as much as I've played this game before, I still forget a lot of the time just all the different things you can do with each ability. Actually, yeah, the thing that makes Sword so good though, which we'll probably get to show off in the boss fight coming up. I can't remember if there are actually bosses in DynaBlade now that I think of it. I think it's just like a little, like, mini-boss you fight at the end. Yeah, I don't know if you actually do get proper bosses in DynaBlade. Which is weird that I can't remember that, because it hasn't been that long since I played this, obviously. Like I said, like, I installed... Or, the good thing about Sword that I love so much... I actually do agree about the animations on Cutter. Cutter is a cooler looking power. I love the ability to bounce off the enemies, though, with the jump stab. The way he kind of bounces off there, it's really, really good for chaining hits against bosses, and I really, really like that. Yeah, you do have Crash in this game, because the bomb gives you Crash. So you got Crash, and you've got Bomb, which is kind of messed up. Yeah, look at that shit right there. Or, oh yeah, I completely forgot about the cooking power-up. We gotta show off the cooking power-up. Oh, I love the way that he doesn't just, like, shit out a star when you drop a power-up, either. It's like a specific thing that's specifically tailored to the power-up itself. Like, yeah, he'll drop a sword, or a cutter hat, or a bomb, or whatever. Yeah, I don't think any enemies will actually give you the cooking power-up. Okay, let's see if I can get the timing on this. I used to be able to always get it full. Nope! We were close, though. We were like We were like as close as you can possibly get in the wrong direction. Kind of a neat little push your luck type thing, too. Oh yeah, so there's a secret in this level, so that's kind of the thing with this. So yeah, this one's structured a little bit differently, kind of, than Spring Dreams was, or Spring Breeze was. Something like 2 frames. I don't think it's 1 frame, because I couldn't get it consistently. Like, I wouldn't be able to get it consistently if it were 1 frame. But yeah, 2 frames sounds about right. Oh, Umbrella's a good one, too. I don't know, maybe I like Umbrella better than Sword. You get, like, the rain coming off of it. Got that down stab there that looks really cool. Maybe I like Umbrella better than Sword. You can't do the chain bouncing thing. Oh, it's got a cool dash, too. Yeah, maybe Umbrella's my favorite. Yeah, that seems about right. It's like, yeah, long enough that you can see it there. Okay, yeah, there's a secret in here somewhere. I just can't remember where. But yeah, this is like... Oh yeah, I was talking about the structure. Wait, yeah, basically you get like kind of a map screen. I really, really dislike how you can't just drop the enemy powers and have to spawn the helper and everything. Yeah, like, and the select button doesn't do anything in this game. Like, just make it so select shits out a star like it used to. Ninja's a really good one, too. It's kind of, like, weirdly weak. Like, it's not as strong as you think it should be. But it's very versatile. There's a lot of cool things you can do with Ninja. It's got a good, solid dash attack. We're actually going to ditch Ninja right away, actually, because we need Mirror here to hit that bomb. There we go. Was this the secret? Nope. Yes, it was. Yeah, so the world, you got the sort of SMB3 style world map there. I guess Super Mario World style too, but it's not actually non-linear or anything. The only thing that it really does is it lets you revisit levels if you want to, and you got those sort of optional secret levels, which are not really levels so much as goodie rooms. Again, kind of like the top secret area in Super Mario World, where it's basically just, yeah, you can get rooms with a bunch of powers and you can pick which one you want. And it's really cool, actually. A good way to try out all the different powers in the game. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that jump. Oh, that jumping slash, though, looks so cool. Maybe sword. Maybe sword is my favorite. He's got, like, the cool little Link hat, too, that looks awesome. Doesn't really look... I think that's the idea, at least, is it's supposed to be, like, Link's hat. The coloring is a bit off, so it kind of looks more like a nightcap. In fact, I think it's actually like the same sprite as the one he uses for the sleep power. Oh, you know what? We're gonna get Wheelie right away, and I think we need him. For like a switch or something come up ahead. Or maybe it's just fun to use him here. Yeah, it's just fun to use him here. Pretty much almost every time they give you a wheelie in these games, you want to use them. I like how it's pink in this game, too, just like it was in Dreamland. Or I guess just like Kirby is, which is probably the reason why it was in Dreamland, too. The problem is, yeah, these mid-bosses are tricky with the wheel. It's actually hard to tell if I'm even out-damaging him here. There we go. Once they get to the center... Okay, I want to get Hammer here, just because... Hammer, I think, is kind of, yeah, the superpower of this game. It does, like, the most damage. And it's got, like, a super attack that does, like, tons and tons of damage. I'm not sure if it's the best DPS, though. I think one of the weapons... There's actually kind of a DPS tester in this game, too, that we'll get to see a bit later on. Okay. Not quite. Not even close, really. I think we still got a 1-up for that. Yeah, we still got our 1-up. You don't even need to get it, like, in the white to get the full rewards or anything. It's just the satisfaction is really, satisfying. Okay, so yeah, this is the secret room that we unlocked. And, yeah, we can get pretty much... I don't think it's quite every power in the game, but it's pretty close. There's another secret room later on that'll get us the rest of them. What are other interesting powers that we haven't tried out yet? Plasma is certainly the one I used the most as a kid. This has actually got like a weird way that it works. It doesn't have tons of different abilities or anything. Yeah, the only thing it does is, yeah, you hit the D-pad, just like it explained there. Every time you hit on the D-pad, it'll charge it up. The more you charge it up, the bigger the shot you get. Once you get it at full power, it's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, that's like a little power. And even if with a little power, you can like rapid fire them to death, kind of. But mostly, and actually if you don't want to move around a bunch when you're charging, you can actually guard and then charge it up that way. And you can charge it up like pretty fast too. So yeah, you can see this just wrecks bosses there. You can charge it up real fast, and if you get the timing down, you can fire it away real fast as well. Or you know, we'll get Fighter. We'll get Fighter, because there's a fun boss. Or I don't know, just like a, yeah, mid-boss coming up here. Again, sort of SMB, yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3, like, you got basically a Hammer Brothers fight right here. Fighter power up here is pretty cool, too. So you get like so that's like rapidly tapping the button, you get one type of attack, and if you hold down the button, you get a different type of attack. And actually, yeah, if we swallow that guy, he just gives us fighter. I just thought it would be funny to go fighter versus fighter there. Okay, okay. And yeah, this guy's got a bunch of cool abilities too. Kind of similar to the cutter, he's got like a leg drop, where if you just very lightly tap it in the air, he'll kind of go down like that. Ooh, this music here is really good too. I think this one was first introduced in this game. The music in this level. I don't think this was from any of the previous Kirby games, or from Dreamland 3. Yeah, the thing about that drop kick ability there is it's actually like stupidly powerful for the way that it looks. It looks like just like this dinky little kick attack, but it's actually rather damaging. We don't really need the 1-up, but screw it, we'll go for it. Whoa. Problem with that little drop kick, though, is that, yeah, it's got a lot of kickback there, and it's also kind of hard to get it to come out. You have to tap the button like very, very lightly if you want it to come out. Otherwise, you'll just get the big kick there. Anything else about this the fighter ability that I was forgetting? Weak, strong, dash Y. Oh yeah, you get the close range throw there, so that's the thing. Oh yeah, you got kind of your dashing kick there. Yeah, you got a slide and you got a big kick. Don't really know what the benefit of the slide is. Yeah, why would you ever want to do that over the big kick? Whatever, we're gonna go yo-yo here. Ah, whatever, we'll let the fighter guy stick around for a little bit, I guess. Yo-yo is one of the simpler powers in the game from what I remember. There's not a ton of different things you can do with it. It has a dash attack, you can kind of aim it up or down. It's kind of a rapid fire ability too, so you can like just find a sweet spot against a boss and just like yo-yo them to death. There's actually some bosses in Meta Knight's Revenge that are really good for yo-yo. I mean, I think he has like a throwing attack that you can do as well. If we can... Or you know what, that guy actually freezes you if you get too close to him, so that's why we're not able to do a throwing attack there. Oh, I didn't want to feed my helper there, I wanted him to die. That's another mechanism that was kind of introduced in this game, is you can share food with your helper. Kind of to alleviate that sort of, you know, the traditional point of conflict in any sort of two-player co-op game is who gets the pizza. And because yeah, there's always that argument. And it's the answer, if you're anything like me and my friends back in the day, it's whoever gets there first. It's like you'll be down to like your last sliver of health, and he'll be like missing just one sliver of health, and he'll still take that fucking pizza from you. I don't know. Maybe my friends were just assholes, or maybe I was just an asshole. I don't know. In this game, though, after you pick up any food, like any type of health pickup, if you make contact with your partner there, you'll like do a little like baby bird feeding basically, and share some of your food with them. Yeah, I guess it's true what people say. Gamers are actually assholes, it turns out in the end. Like it must be genetic or something, because yeah, that's like ever since we were like 5 years old we were doing that shit. Oh, you know what? I kind of wanted the suplex ability there, but fuck it. I'll actually take this opportunity to dispel my partner here. So I actually don't really have like a regular group of friends that I play video games with anymore, so it's been a long time since I played any co-op game of any description. All of my gaming friends, my real-life gaming friends, are actually into board games, so yeah. I do all of my real IRL, like, co-op gaming with board game friends. Okay, so yeah, that little ding on the top of the stage there indicates that that's got a secret. Oh, this music right here is really good, too. Man, I don't know which game I like better now, because I was so pleasantly surprised by all the good stuff in Dreamland 3. I was talking like, oh, maybe Dreamland 3 is actually my favorite Kirby game. Now I'm playing this, and it's like, oh, maybe Superstar is actually my favorite Kirby game. There's just so much to recommend to both of them. I have a hard time. And they're so different in sort of what they offer. It's like the same basic concept, but very different takes on that concept. Find it hard to say which one I prefer. Certainly, Superstar is the nostalgic favorite. Like, I played tons of this back in the day, whereas I didn't discover Dreamland 3 until years and years later. Sure, let's show off Sleep. Sleep is just like a non-power, like an unpower in this game. There's nothing good about it. It just puts you out of commission for a few seconds. It's not even like the Sleep in Dynamite Heady, where it would, like, restore your health or anything. This is pathetic. I'm having a hard time aiming the cannons in this game. I guess, yeah, the one thing that I kind of miss from Dreamland 3 is I really liked kind of the puzzle-solving aspect of, like, figuring out the different properties of the abilities and trying to figure out how to find the secret in each level. There's actually a little bit of that in this game. It's just kind of all relegated to the Great Cave Offensive sub-game, which is probably, not coincidentally, is probably my favorite of the sub-games in this game. Although I actually really like Milky Way Wishes, too. Actually, yeah, probably Milky Way Wishes would be my favorite. And that also has a bit of that same sort of puzzle-solving element where you're going through trying to figure out what the right power is to get all the secrets. Ooh, Bird is a power we haven't seen yet. This is kind of a terrible power, I think. Probably the worst one in the game. It's weak, it's not very accurate, it's not very mobile, you can't move when you're using it, but you get a really cool, like, winged flying ability that I really appreciate. Also, yeah, the wings actually damage enemies when you flap into them. So that's pretty cool. Also, he's got a sweet dash attack and a sweet throw attack as well. Can we get the throw down? Oh no, it's not... Or I remember now, it's a two-part thing. So yeah, you get one press to lift him in the air, and then one to do like a loop-de-loop spin around and hit him. See if we can get anything to hit with it. There we go, just like that. It's a very cool looking power-up, and I love the way like the headdress and it looks, and like the way he flaps his wings like that. Really cool looking power-up, but just this basic feather shooting thing, I don't know. Oh, actually there's that too. Yeah, that's also pretty cool. Dash attack is cool. Ooh, we want fire here. They'll probably give it to us right away. This is probably where the secret is for this level, too. Oh, that's weird. He puts on what's the word? The Met hard hat there when he gets into the cannon, too. Didn't even notice that before. I think that's like an actual, like, Japanese cultural thing. Like, you'll see in anime sometimes, like, construction workers walking around with those types of hats. So it's not actually a Mega Man specific thing, that type of hat. If you hit that switch that was over to the right earlier, you actually miss out on this door, if I remember right. Copy here is a weird ability. So it'll destroy stuff. It's actually really strong against bosses. But yeah, against anything else... Yeah, you get like this little beam thing here. Yeah, it's like insanely effective against enemies that don't have special powers. But against ones that do... Oh. I guess we'll never know. You can probably figure out what it does just from the name. Actually, can I get this guy? Whatever, we'll just go with Sword. Sword is a fun power. I don't even care about that one-up. I want to keep my sword. Ooh, actually, I wanted that microphone. Oh, well. Yeah, biggest criticism I think I have of this game is just how much of a pain it is to dump your special powers. I really wish you could just, like, press select to dump it without spawning the helper. That's, like, a minor criticism, which is, like, a mark of how good the game is when your biggest criticism is just, like, some silly little thing like that. Oh, yeah, we actually got, like, a full-on boss gauntlet here. Okay, now we're gonna show off the power of Sword right here. I think we got like double Poppy Brothers coming up. No. Honestly, this is not actually that powerful. You could probably get through these guys faster with a different ability, but I just think it's the most fun way to get through here. There we go. I knew that double Poppy Brothers was a thing. Whoa. I actually want to dump his corpse there, because I don't want to crash into it by accident. But I guess we'll be fine. Oh, that was it? That was a pretty pathetic boss gauntlet. Okay, let's see the white. Ah, not even close. Not even close. That should be good for the triple one-ups, though. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for coming out, Super Doobie Doo. And thanks a lot for the raid earlier. That really did kind of make my night. So yeah, I really do appreciate that. Thanks for everything. And yeah, have a good whatever you gotta go do. Oh yeah, so here you get, yeah, basically just the other sort of odds and ends powers that you didn't get in the other room there. We still haven't seen Suplex yet, have we? So let's... So yeah, this is kind of the same as Suplex from Kirby's Adventure. Except the abilities that you get are a lot cooler and a lot more nicely animated. Although the star ability with this power is, yeah, that drop kick right there. Because you might think like, oh, this would be a pain in the ass to try and fight bosses with this power. And it is, if you don't know about that pinpoint kick there. Pinpoint kick just wrecks bosses. You can, like, just chain bounce on all of them all day. But there was some crazy, like, thing that I'm trying to figure out here. How did you do it? Down Y to quick stamping. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show off here. That's the one! Look at that! Doesn't that look painful? Oh, it's such a cool animation right there. Yeah, I love that. Love that, yeah, that stamping there. Although, yeah, Suplex, as it turns out, is not going to be very good for the final DynaBlade fight here. So I think they give you a selection of powers here, which are all pretty decent for this fight. I think Sword is the best one. Probably Sword or Cutter. Beam's not great. Fire's not great. Sword might be the best one for this fight, though. At least out of those four that it gives you. Again, for that same reason, where you can just kind of go like this. Yeah, and you can also just kind of rapid fire it there. Oh, man! Oh, I'm gonna lose my sword right away, aren't I? Oh, you can actually break out of this? In theory? There we go. I mean, DynaBlade is not a difficult boss in the first place. Really, no matter what power you're using. Or actually, she actually has some, yeah, Secret of Mana remake. I think I've talked about it a few times on the stream before. I'm interested, but Watching the gameplay, it looks like they didn't change as much as I would have wanted, so I'm kind of hesitant on that. I think I'll wait for like a big discount before I go of it. Before I go for it. Yeah, and he just like, yeah, feeds all the baby birds and teaches them how to fly. Oh yeah, I think if you read the manual, the plot of this is that like DynaBlade is like, I don't know, messing with the harvest or something. I don't know. Again, it's a food-related plot line there. I mean, that's what reviewers say, but reviewers have been wrong before. Like, a lot of the criticisms I'm seeing don't seem terribly apt. Like, it's mostly all about the visual style. It's just like, oh, the visuals, what about the sprite work? Oh, remixed music, even though they kept the originals anyways. I really, really like the look of the new Secret of Mana, actually, so that's not much of a criticism in my books. And as far as, like, the janky combat and stuff, the original was like that, too. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I've got to go for supper now. Yeah, that's the dinner bell ringer. Dinner bell ringer angel there telling me that it's time for supper. We're gonna go, back. Actually, that's a good place to pause it right here anyways, because we've gone through kind of like the three, like, nothing doing, like, really simple sub-games here. There's nothing much to all of these, but all of the other ones are much more substantial. So yeah, we'll take quite some time going through the Great Cave Offensive, Meta Knight, Milky Way Wishes. In fact, we'll probably get through the whole game tonight, I bet. Probably in the rest of the evening. So, yeah, y'all have that to look forward to. And, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit.